Hi, this is Mandar from Koppr, and today I am going to talk to you about SMART goals. Right? So, what are SMART financial goals? Well, SMART is an abbreviation for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. If your goals are smart, then you can definitely work towards them and achieve them, right? So when you're identifying your goals or your financial goals, make sure that they fulfill the smart criteria, right? So all your goals, whatever they might be, whether it's buying a car, buying your house, planning for your child's education, taking an international vacation, right? These goals need to fulfill the smart criteria. The goal should be specific, right? Let's say you're married and you want to plan for your child's education, right? You can make this goal specific by writing down the university or the college, or let's say in whichever country you want your child to go ahead and pursue their higher education, right? The goal needs to be measurable, right? So you need to put down a number to the goal as to how much money you would have to save to achieve the goal, right? So for now, let's say it costs 1 crore rupees for doing an MBA abroad, right? And maybe 20 years down the line it might cost 2 crore rupees, right? So you need to plan and save for that goal accordingly, right? So it needs to be a measurable goal. Third, it should be achievable, right? So in the sense that you should have the capacity, right, to achieve this goal. You should think about your own current financial situation and think whether you can actually go ahead and make your dreams or your goals a reality, right? Number 4 is the goal should be realistic, right? Don't plan for a whimsical goal, right? Completely realistic goal so that it can be achieved, and an investment strategy can be planned accordingly. And finally, the goal should have a deadline, right? It should be a time bound goal, right? So you need to understand the horizon or the time or the number of years it would take for you to achieve this goal and plan accordingly, right? Let's take a simple example, going to back to my example of planning for your child's education. Let's say your child is 5 years old and you want to plan for your child's education, right? Maybe 15 years or 18 years down the line you want to send your child abroad for a higher education, right? Now this goal of planning for your child's future actually fulfills the smart criteria, right? This goal is specific. You want to plan for the higher education of your child, and you want to plan it so that he goes ahead and studies abroad, right? Next, this goal is measurable, right? You can easily put down a number to the cost that it would take to achieve this goal, right? How can we do that? We can take into consideration the current inflation cost, right? And then we can calculate the future value of the goal. Let's say the current rate of inflation is 8%, right? And it costs 1 crore rupees to do an MBA right now in today's time, right? So maybe 15 or 18 years down the line at 8% ROI, I'm just assuming it, right? So it might come out to, let's say, 2 crore rupees. So that's what you need to plan for instead of planning for 1 crore rupees, which is the current cost, right? You should be able to achieve it if you start saving for this from today, right? So you should be able to know that if you're going to put in, let's say, 10,000 rupees every month towards higher education for your child, at the end of 20 years or 18 years, right, you will be able to gather the 2 crore corpus that you require for your child's secondary or higher education, right? The goal is realistic, right? So which means that you should not think that I want my child to study in Harvard, or I want my child to study in Oxford or any other Ivy League school, right? That doesn't depend on how much money you have, but it also depends on your child's abilities and your child's capabilities, right? So admissions to these schools are mostly based on merit, right? So be very realistic. Say that you want to have your child to pursue a higher education abroad. maybe in a top university, but don't be too specific and say that, I want to get into Harvard and this would be the cost of higher education at Harvard, right? So while you can't guarantee the admission, you can definitely plan, right, towards the goal. You can definitely plan towards setting aside a corpus so that you can go ahead and achieve that goal when the time arrives, right? The goal is also timely. You know the age of your child currently. We've assumed that it is 5 years. You know that 18 years down the line, or maybe when your child is 18 years old, you want to send your child abroad for higher education, right? So you have 13 years to plan to, put together this corpus for a higher education, right? So when you're listing down any of your goals, right, whether it's child education, international vacation, whether it's a short term goal, mid term goal, or a long term goal, right, you need to make sure that each and every one of your goal is a smart goal, right? So please go to this video. At the bottom there would be an area where you can go and put in a comment, right? If you have gone ahead and created your financial goals, then now is the time to relook at each and every goal that you have and make sure that these goals are smart goals. So if you have put down some smart goals in life, then I would want you to comment below on the video and let me know what are the smart goals that you have planned for, right? Just to summarize, smart goals are, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, right? All financial goals that you have need to be made smart, right? And only once you have smart goals, you can go ahead and pursue achieving these goals through a proper financial plan. That's it for now. I hope you liked this video. For more such free courses, and we also have paid courses, right? So do visit Koppr Academy. Have a good day.